Today, we're checking out Sire Marcus Miller v10. This is a sharp bass that I just picked up. I'm going to tell you right now, I am loving this thing. I didn't want to do a review until I've had it for a little bit, and man, I am more than happy. My poor Lakeland over here hasn't left the stand since I've been playing this. I mean, look at this thing. Alder body, the maple, and then the veneered top. Just looks beautiful. This is my ramp. I'm used to playing it. This didn't come with the bass. But this has got a roasted maple neck, maple roasted fingerboard, like a 9.5-inch radius. It's like a satin finish on the back. And this thing feels great. Now, there is one regret I have about this bass. I'll tell you a little bit later. For a jazz bass and for the price, you can't beat this bass. I've been playing it and it is just sounding great, cutting through the mix. Everything you play, you hear. It's so clean and articulate. And I'll have some sound samples here in a minute. But just kind of show you the setup. Again, you got the body, the figured top, got the premium jazz pickups, Marcus Miller, roasted neck, abalone block inlays, and this fingerboard. If you've seen one review, you've seen them all, but pretty much. But this, the work they did on the fingerboard, it's just so smooth and feels so nice. It's got the open tuners in the bridge, just a standard jazz bridge. Now, I don't know if you can see, you can either string it through the bridge or through the body. I strung it through the body because I like really low action, and I really wasn't liking the angle of the strings coming across the bridge saddles. So I did through body to get a better string angle. I used D'Addario EXL, what are they? 220s, really light gauge, like 40 to 95. On the electronics, you've got the two jazz pickups, standard. You've got a volume control, stack knob, volume control, and master tone control. This switch here is down its passive, up its active. If it's in passive, only this tone control is going to work. But if you put it up in active, you got this, and then you've got a treble, mid with sweepable frequencies, and I'll put them down along the bottom here what those frequencies are. Another stack knob, and you got bass. Right here you have the pickup selector. And the knobs, they're okay. I had to adjust the bottom knobs, the stack knobs, because they were sticking on both of them. So I had to do a little adjustment when I got that. So that's the setup on this thing. And I can't just emphasize how nice this thing looks. And how it sounds is incredible. The setup, I had to do a little setup. There really wasn't much tension on the neck. And like I said, I like really low action and an almost flat neck. So I just had to do a little neck adjustment, adjust the strings, but otherwise, that's it. I mean, this thing plays like a dream. This sounds like a dream. It looks like a dream. I mean, it's a beautiful bass. And if you notice, it's an 18-volt system. Some people don't like the kind of battery covers that these are. The doors, they say they break off. I had them on my Lakeland for years. I've had my Lakeland since like 05, and I never broke a door on that. Any other bass I've had with that kind of door on the batteries, I've never broken them. So, some people may have had bad experiences. So, to each his own, 4-bolt neck, nothing fancy. For the price, I got this off of Sweetwater. It was around 12 or 13 something. This is the V10. If there's any regret, I probably would have opted for the V10 Deluxe. What you get with that, you get a little bit more high mass bridge, kind of upgraded. Your tuners are Hipshot lightweight tuners. The balance isn't too bad. There's a little bit neck heavy, but with this strap, this Levi, whatever you call it, strap, not an issue. But that probably would help that a little bit up here on the tuners. And these tuners are okay. Keep it in tune, And this roasted neck is solid. I mean, it's just super solid. Here in Ohio, we get a lot of weather changes. We went from 20 to 70 to 40 and rainy, and you know, I didn't have to. I came close when it got really cold of having to readjust it, but didn't have to adjust the neck. Just kind of played through it. It's a solid bass, and for the money, I mean, this is an awesome bass. If you've got it, you're able to get it. Man, I would say get it. Just a quick story of how I got to this bass was I've got my 5-string, got my Lakeland here, and I love it, but I'm 58. Shh, don't tell anybody. I'm 58 and my hands aren't working like they used to, and I wanted to see how much easier it'd be to play a 4-string. So I decided to go to the budget route. And the first one I got was the Sterling 34HH, which I did a quick review on that. There's no follow-up, and there's a reason why. After I made that video, there's a quality issue. So I'm like, okay. And that's why when I say in that video, is it risky to buy online? With Sweetwater, it's not. I called them, I said, this is the deal. They sent me a shipping return label. I sent it back. And in the meantime, I saw this story is going to kill you. Saw the Jazz Contemporary Squire Jazz. It's flat black, had 2 humbuckers, really sharp looking bass. So I'm like, I want you to send me that one. Salesman probably hates me. So they send me that one. I get it and I'm checking it out. And, and it wasn't bad. There was an electronic issue with it. There was a severe battery drain on it. So I had to went through and called, and they said, okay, return it. We'll check it out. And again, I'm looking through and I'm just like, you know what? I've messed around on the 4-string enough. I know I want to get a 4-string, so forget the cheap route or the inexpensive route. And I saw this and I'm just like, I want this one. Send me this one. And they did. No questions asked, no issues. Refunded. They've refunded promptly. Sweetwater, good job. Maybe one day when my channel grows up, you'll sponsor me. So they sent me this bass. And let me just say this. There's a lot of videos out there. Inexpensive bass, $300 bass, $500 bass. Awesome basses. This is what I found with those inexpensive basses. I've been playing for a while. And I was trying to get those basses set up to my ability. So I was trying to get the bass up to my ability. And that's what happens. If you've been playing for a while, just kind of a caveat, that if you've been playing for a while and you get the inexpensive basses, you've got to work to set them up for them to play up to your level. And there's a lot of channels that like Low End Lobster and the Bully the Kid, and they're always doing upgrades to the inexpensive basses. So you do the math. $300 to $500 bass. Let's split the difference. $400. $200, $250 pickup. $100, $150 preamp. $100 tuners. $100 bridge. Just get the higher pricing, because this one, I played to my ability on this one. Once I got the action set up, now I'm just all I got to think about is, okay, what do I want to do on this thing? And where the inexpensive basses, it's like, okay, I got to tweak this. It's close, but not quite there. So I got to kind of massage playing it, to do what I want it to do. This one, it's going to do what you want it to do. And, I was looking at the Lakelands, the 5501 Deluxes. And when you get that up closer to the $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 range, the bass is going to do what you want it to do. So that's just something to think about when you're looking at basses. Do I want to get a cheap bass, or do I want to spend the money? Now, obviously, don't spend the money if you don't have it. But I would say spend the top of your budget of what you can afford when you're getting an instrument. Electronics are a little different with an instrument. And maybe it's just me because I like super low action, so I'm a little bit more picky on how they play. Even with the gloss fingerboard, I wasn't sure. Kind of reminds me of a Rickenbacker, the look of it. I wasn't sure, but I love it. Oh my gosh, I just, everything about this bass, the sound, The look, the feel, it's not too heavy. This is about 9 pounds. The playability is great. The look is great. Huge bang for the buck. Your money is not going to be wasted. Let's check out the sound of this thing. So I've got it basically set up. I've got volume all the way up, tone up, pickup centered, trebles up about 10%, the mid just kicked a little bit, and then I've got just a teeny bit of low, and that just and these are nickel wound strings. So that is my setup in active. Now here's in passive. Just not much volume. That's back in active. If you want to get the Jocko sound, you just roll that mid back. There is buzz though. You can hear it. And as I roll it, and that's normal when you run your bridge pickup on a jazz bass. And you can see as I roll it closer to midway between the two, it gets rid of that buzz. So that's if you really want to go for that Jocko sound. So that's that. And really, I'm not going to go through all the sounds like I see on a lot of other videos, because every bass, you're going to get your sound out of it. It sounds like a cliche, but it is from your hands. Bottom line. You know, the way you play. I pick up any bass and normally I'll get them to kind of my sound, the sound I like. And the thing about this bass is what I've always loved about Marcus Miller's sound is the fullness in the bottom. And I have no compression. I'm just going straight into the Scarlett Solo, into my Mac Mini M1, and into Logic. So I didn't add any effects. This is just straight through. But what I really like about this is every sound, you can hear it everywhere you play on the bass. So I say this bass just lets you be you. You know, if you want to go all the way up to the bridge, you know. Precision-ish, you know. But it's not a precision. This is all jazz. But you've got options with this. You've got enough options with this that you're really not going to go wrong. Good choice. Sire Marcus Miller, V10. And remember, always have fun.